Why living alone after 65 leads to longer, happier lives. The senior independence revolution. The art of being happy lies in the power of extracting happiness from common things. Henry Ward Beecher. Solitude is not the absence of company, but the moment when our soul is free to speak to us and help us decide what to do with our life. Paulo Coelho. Welcome to the Golden Years Wisdom Channel, where we explore the beauty and wisdom that comes with aging. If you find value in today's insights, please subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content that celebrates the richness of later life. Now, let's explore why living alone in your golden years might be one of the most empowering decisions you will ever make. The Freedom Symphony. Reclaiming your personal autonomy when choice becomes your companion and independence your strength. After decades of compromise and caregiving, there comes a time when your preferences deserve to take center stage. Living alone allows you to honor your own rhythms without explanation or negotiation, creating a sanctuary where your voice matters most. This isn't about pushing people away, but about drawing closer to yourself. Margaret, at 83, moved back to her own apartment after a brief stay with her daughter following a mild stroke. The simple act of choosing when to eat breakfast or which program to watch rekindled a spark in her that family visits alone could ignite. When we reclaim our decision-making power, we aren't just arranging our days, we're rebuilding our dignity, one choice at a time. Sacred stillness. The healing power of peaceful space when quiet isn't emptiness, but fullness of another kind. There's a particular quality to the silence that fills a home that's truly yours, not lonely, but clean and undisturbed, like fresh snow on a winter morning. This carefully protected peace does something remarkable to the aging body and mind. It allows both to finally rest and heal. The constant absorption of others' energies, moods, and needs gradually fades, revealing a clarity many haven't felt in years. Thomas, at 76, found that after returning to solo living, his chronic insomnia improved dramatically without the midnight shuffling and early morning commotion of his son's household. The noise wasn't just external, it was emotional too, a constant awareness of others' expectations. In the gentle quiet of his own space, his nervous system finally settled, proving that sometimes the best medicine isn't a pill but peace. Life's natural rhythm. Dancing to your own timeline when your day unfolds according to your deepest needs. The simple joy of moving through your hours according to your body's own clock represents a profound form of self-respect. Waking when your eyes naturally open, eating when hunger genuinely calls, resting when your energy ebbs. These aren't luxuries, but necessities that honor the wisdom of your years. Your daily patterns become a form of self-care rather than self-sacrifice. Eleanor, at 72, discovered that after a lifetime of accommodating her family's schedules, her natural rhythm included pre-dawn reading, late morning walks, and afternoon naps that rejuvenated her spirit. She found herself painting again for the first time in 30 years, not because someone suggested it, but because the quiet afternoon hours invited her creativity back. When we align with our internal rhythms, we don't just survive our later years, we thrive in them. Quiet strength. Building confidence through solo living when managing alone becomes a testament to your capability. Each small act of independence, paying bills, fixing a loose doorknob, or preparing a nourishing meal, for one writes a powerful message to your subconscious. You are still capable, still valuable, still strong. This quiet competence builds a resilience that medication cannot provide and challenges the narrative that aging means inevitable decline. The confidence gained from handling daily life becomes emotional armor against uncertainty. William, at 87, chose to remain in his home after his wife's passing despite his children's concerns. The first year brought challenges, learning to cook simple meals, managing medications, navigating grief in solitude, but each overcome obstacles strengthened his resolve. I surprise myself every day, he told his doctor during a checkup, his posture noticeably straighter, his voice steadier than it had been in months. Self-reliance, thoughtfully practiced, doesn't deplete the elderly, it often revitalizes them. Emotional liberation, freedom from daily friction when peace replaces the constant need to accommodate living alone, offers a profound release from the subtle tensions that shared spaces inevitably create. No more walking on eggshells, adjusting your habits, or weathering someone else's dark moods. This freedom from emotional friction doesn't mean rejecting connection, but choosing its quality and timing. When every interaction becomes intentional rather than obligatory, relationships often deepen rather than diminish. Sophia, at 79, moved to a senior apartment after living with her grandson's family for 3 years. Though she deeply loved them, the constant negotiation of different generational needs had slowly dimmed her naturally vibrant spirit. Within weeks of establishing her own sanctuary, friends noticed her laughter returning, her opinions flowing more freely, her energy restored. Choosing solitude doesn't mean choosing loneliness. Often it means choosing emotional authenticity and the space to truly be yourself. The inner journey, rediscovering your essential self, when silence becomes the doorway to self-discovery in the gentle quiet of solo living. Many seniors report an unexpected gift, the rediscovery of their authentic selves beneath decades of roles and responsibilities. Without the constant noise of others' expectations and needs, your own voice, perhaps quiet for years, begins to emerge with surprising clarity and wisdom. This deep self-connection isn't isolation, but integration of all you've learned and become. James, at 85, began journaling after moving into his own apartment following his wife's passing. What started as a way to process grief evolved into a profound exploration of his unexamined dreams, beliefs, and joys. "I thought I knew who I was after 8 decades," he shared with his writing group, "but it turns out there were parts of me waiting patiently to be heard. When we grant ourselves the gift of solitude, we often find not emptiness, but fullness we never knew was there." Creating meaningful connections, quality over quantity. When relationships deepen through intention rather than proximity, living alone transforms how we connect with others, not diminishing relationships, but distilling them to their essence. When you choose to spend time with family and friends rather than sharing space by default, each interaction carries greater intention and appreciation. This deliberate approach to connection often creates more authentic bonds than constant but superficial contact. Ruth, at 92, found that after moving to her own cottage, her weekly lunches with her daughter became treasured rituals rather than routine obligations. Both arrived fully present, eager to share, unburdened by the small irritations that had accumulated when they lived together. "We listen to each other now," Ruth observed, "instead of just talking while doing other things." Solitude provides the necessary contrast that makes genuine connection recognizable and precious. The wisdom of balance, creating your perfect blend when independence and interdependence dance together. The secret to thriving while living alone isn't complete self-reliance, but thoughtful balance, knowing when to stand firmly in your independence and when to welcome support. This discernment represents one of aging's greatest wisdom gifts. Some tasks might require assistance, while many others remain firmly within your capability, and learning to navigate this spectrum becomes an art form unique to your circumstances. Daniel, at 81, created what he called his independence map. Cooking, gardening, and managing finances remained in his domain, while home repairs, heavy cleaning, and drives to distant appointments were areas where he welcomed help. "Asking for help with some things lets me keep my independence in what matters most," he explained to his concerned son. True wisdom lies not in doing everything alone, but in creating a life that honors both your autonomy and your humanness. Conclusion. Living alone after 65 isn't a compromise, but a conscious choice to honor the person you have become through decades of experience. It offers not isolation, but integration, a chance to weave together all you have learned about yourself and what truly matters. This quiet victory doesn't mean turning away from others, but turning toward yourself with newfound appreciation and care. We at Golden Years Wisdom Channel invite you to share your experiences with solo living in the comments below. Have you found unexpected joys in your own space? What wisdom would you offer others considering this path? Let ease create a community of support and encouragement for those discovering or rediscovering the profound gifts of self-companionship. The afternoon of life is just as full of meaning as the morning. Only its meaning and purpose are different. Carl Jung, How Beautiful It Is to Do Nothing, and Then Rest Afterward, Spanish proverb.